So, Emma, what do you do? Patricia, my brother's fiance's mother, asked across the champagne table, her voice carrying that particular tone reserved for people she'd already decided weren't worth her time. I work in tech consulting, I replied simply. Her eyebrows arched. Oh, consulting. So you're like a contractor? Before I could answer, my brother's fiancée Vanessa swooped in with a laugh loud enough to turn heads. Wait, consulting? Like freelance assistant type stuff? That's adorable. I smiled and said nothing. They had no idea. I'm Emma, 28, and for as long as I can remember, I've been the overlooked one. My brother, Derek, 32, is the family star, charismatic, successful in corporate sales, praised at every dinner. I was the quiet one, the smart but shy daughter who went to a good school but never seemed to impress anyone. My parents compared us constantly. I learned early to stop seeking their approval. So I focused on building something real. At 24, I founded my own tech consulting firm. It grew quietly but fast. By 27, I had major corporate clients, 40 employees, and contracts that would make people sit up straight if they knew. But I kept it private, used my middle initial professionally, E.L. Carter instead of Emma Louise Carter, stayed off social media, let my work speak for itself. They thought I was barely getting by. I let them think that. The engagement party was at an upscale restaurant downtown, 50-plus guests. Vanessa's family came from money, status-obsessed, and they dominated every conversation. I showed up alone by choice, wore something nice but not flashy. I wasn't trying to impress anyone. After Vanessa's mockery, her father Harold chimed in. Well, it's a tough industry. Hope you're getting steady work. My parents joined the circle, my dad trying to redirect, my mom adding, Emma's always been more low-key, not like Derek. Polite laughter. I felt invisible. During the toast, Vanessa's brother Ryan, who works in corporate finance, gave a speech about ambition and drive. He glanced at my table when he said it. It stung. Later in the bathroom, I overheard Vanessa and Patricia. I feel bad for her, working gig jobs at her age. Patricia agreed. Well, not everyone can be a go-getter. I stood there silent, furious, but I didn't confront them. Not yet. 2 weeks later, I discovered there'd been a wedding planning brunch for the bridal party and close family. I wasn't invited. When I asked my mom, she said, Vanessa said it was just for bridesmaids and their moms. I saw the photos later on social media. Vanessa's sisters, her cousins, even Derek's college friends, all women. I wasn't included. At a family dinner a month later, Vanessa's family joined us. Ryan talked about his promotion, then turned to me. So, how's the freelance thing going? Getting enough clients? It's steady. He smirked. That's the tough part about contract work, right? No benefits, no security. Vanessa jumped in with fake sympathy. Have you thought about applying somewhere full-time? I could ask around at my company. Derek laughed. Yeah, Emma's not really the corporate type. The implication was clear. She couldn't handle it. I smiled tightly and said nothing, but I filed it away. 2 months before the wedding, Vanessa started texting me. She needed help with small tasks, picking up favors, assembling welcome bags, coordinating with out-of-town guests. When I hesitated, she said, I figured you'd have time since your work is so flexible. Translation, you're not that busy. I agreed. Not out of kindness. I was biding my time. At one favor assembly session, Vanessa's friends joked while we worked. It's nice Emma can help. She probably needs something to do. I said nothing, but I was done. What none of them knew was that I wasn't just in tech consulting. I owned the firm, Catalyst Solutions, 40 employees, contracts with major corporations. I'd built it from the ground up, kept my name out of marketing, used my middle initial so clients wouldn't connect dots, stayed off social media, let my work speak for itself. They thought I was barely getting by. I let them think that. Jason, my COO, called after a strategy meeting. The merger with Vanessa's firm goes through next week. New org charts are being distributed. Your name will be on everything. I know. Are you going to tell them? I paused. Not yet. Meanwhile, the family group chat was busy. Vanessa sent constant wedding updates. Derek posted about a big change at work. His company was restructuring under new consulting leadership. He didn't name the firm, but I knew it was mine. At a casual barbecue at my parents' house, Vanessa complained, "Ugh, our firm just got bought out. New management's taking over. So annoying." Ryan asked, "Who's the new firm?" Vanessa shrugged. "Some consulting group. Catalyst something. Never heard of them." Derek added, "We've been working with a consulting firm too, Catalyst Solutions. They're intense." Vanessa's eyes widened. "Wait, same name?" They started joking about corporate overlords and annoying consultants. My mom turned to me. "Do you know that firm, Emma, since you're in consulting?" I smiled. "Yeah, I know them." The conversation moved on. That night, I texted Jason, "Let's move up the leadership announcement." The following week, both Derek's and Vanessa's companies received internal emails, Leadership Transition, Catalyst Solutions. The email introduced the leadership team overseeing their accounts. At the top of the list, Emma L. Carter, founder and CEO. There was a professional headshot. It was unmistakably me. Derek was in a meeting when he saw it. He froze. Vanessa was at her desk. She read it twice, then pulled up LinkedIn, found my recently updated profile. She called Derek immediately. "Is this real?" His voice was shaky. "I don't know." That night, the family group chat exploded. Derek texted me privately, "Is this a joke?" I responded, "No, it's not." He called. I didn't answer. My mom called next. "Sweetheart, there's an email going around. Is that you?" "Yes, Mom, that's me." Silence. "Why didn't you tell us?" "You never asked." 2 days later, my parents arranged an emergency family dinner. Everyone showed up. Derek, Vanessa, my parents, even Vanessa's parents, who now realized their daughter's new boss was the woman they'd mocked. The room was tense. Derek started, "Emma, why didn't you say something?" "I did. I said I work in tech consulting." Vanessa looked flustered. "You let us think you were struggling." "No, you assumed I was struggling. I never said that." Patricia tried to smooth things over, voice too bright. "Well, this is wonderful news. We're proud of you." I stared at her. "You called me a gig worker in a bathroom. You said not everyone can be a go-getter." Her face drained of color. Derek tried to intervene. "Emma, come on. We didn't mean—" "You stood there while your fiancé's family mocked me. You laughed when they said I wasn't the corporate type. You didn't defend me once." He went silent. Vanessa's voice cracked. "We didn't know." "You didn't care." I stood up. "I'm not firing anyone. I'm not here to ruin your careers, but I'm done pretending your disrespect didn't happen." I looked at my parents. "I built something real. I did it without your approval or support. I'm proud of that." I walked out. I didn't go to the wedding. I sent a generous gift but stayed home. Derek called, left voicemails, apologized. I listened but didn't call back right away. Vanessa sent a long email that felt more like damage control than genuine remorse. A month later, my parents came to my office. They saw the space, the team, the work. Finally, they understood. My dad said, "I'm sorry we didn't see this." My mom cried. I forgave them, but things are different now. Boundaries exist. No more last-minute favors, no more being the afterthought. Derek eventually apologized in person. I accepted, but our relationship isn't the same. Vanessa still works under one of my contracts. It's professional, distant. I used to think I needed them to see me, to be proud of me, but I built my success from me. That's what made it real. For once, their silence didn't hurt me. It freed me.